Hey guys, today we're going to talk about the plant that's growing in your yard that's more nutritious than just about anything you can buy at the store. We're talking about lambsquarter, also known as wild spinach. Alright guys, behind me you see one of my raised beds. I have cherry tomatoes in it and green beans and lima beans and all kinds of things. But there is one thing growing in it that I did not plant, but I will not pluck it out because it's actually more nutritious than anything that I planted in it. God planted this. Most people call it a weed because it grows in places that we did not plant it. But this is actually a lambsquarter, and I'll show you some up closes. This is something that you're going to want to know about. This is still a food staple in many parts of the world, not so much in the more developed world. And I think that the only real reason for that is because it is so prolific that you really can't make a whole lot of money selling seeds for it. So we're going to talk about lambsquarter, how to use it, how to cook it, how good it is for you, and how to find it. Now, it's early in the season, so they're really young. I can show you the young one. I don't have any that are full grown to show you, so I'll show you pictures of those so you can kind of see what they're going to look like, because they get really, really big. When they're young like this, you can just pluck it up and eat it raw in a salad or saute it like spinach, stir fry it. It's real tender. When they get really big, you can break the tips, the new growth off, and do the same thing, eat it like spinach. But the bigger leaves, they're going to get a little tougher, so you're going to want to cook those in soups and stews and cook them down for a while. You can still use them. They're still nutritious. They're delicious. They're very mild tasting, but they're going to get tougher as they get older, which just means you're going to need to cook them longer. So use your tender tips or earlies for eating raw in salads and things like that, sauteing, and use your older growth for soups and stews and things that you're going to cook a little bit longer. You cook those kind of like your winter greens, you know, things like collards, mustard greens, or even cabbage. You can cook them like that, and they are delicious. And they're actually way more nutritious. The history behind this plant is so interesting. It's actually been found in the bellies of Bronze Age bog bodies that, you know, fell into bogs, and they were preserved, and they dig them up and they look to see what they were eating, and their bellies are full of lambsquarter. In different parts of the world, it goes by a lot of different names, but most every culture eats them. The only place that they're really not very prolific in the diet is in very modernized places. You can eat the plant, the greens, the seeds. It's actually, it's very much like spinach, but healthier. And it kind of has a very similar taste and use, but the seeds that it produces, and each plant can produce a lot of seeds. The seeds are more like quinoa, which it's actually a cousin to that. It's in the same family. But the nutritional profile, again, is just better all the way around. This plant is extremely high in magnesium and other electrolytes and minerals that's kind of very lacking in the modern diet, probably because we don't eat these kinds of things. But because it's so high in minerals and potassiums, the taproot can go down real deep and pull stuff up deeper from the soil than your average garden plant can. You can even use this to make a weed tea, which I'll show you how to do in future videos. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe so you can be notified. And you can make a magnesium garden fertilizer or an electrolyte mineral fertilizer, because your plants like minerals more than anything else, and this thing is loaded with them. But you need minerals too. Most modern cultured people are extremely deficient in minerals, and there was an old school thought and teaching that a lot of diseases, especially chronic diseases, were actually rooted in mineral deficiencies. So this thing will keep you full. It will keep you healthy. It will keep you happy. You don't have to plant it. It loves disturbed soil. So when you plant your garden, a lot of time it comes up in there and you pluck it out because you think it's a weed. But if you know what to look for, you can identify it very easily. It has a little bit of a powdery crystal that's on it that is a water repellent. It's concentrated more in the center of the leaves or underneath the leaves, depending on the variety. It's going to either be white or pinkish, the little dust that's on it, depending on the variety. But that's going to be one of your main ways to know. The leaf is shaped like, they call it a goose foot. It's kind of a triangle with little toes all around it, and the stem is a little bit ribbed. When they're older, in most varieties, you're going to start to see a little bit of red right above the leaf nodes on them. Not every variety, and when they're young, they really don't have that, but as they get older, that's something that you may notice. But the most distinctive characteristic is going to be those little dusty crystals that are just meant to repel water off of them. You don't have to wash all of that dust off. It's fine. It's part of the plant. You can eat it. It won't give you any problems. But you are absolutely going to love what this stuff does for your health. And the fact that you don't have to plant it. If you don't have it in your area, you do. If you look long enough, you will find it. But you can get some seeds and plant it, and that's it. Plant it and forget it. It will come back on its own year after year. The seeds can lay dormant in the ground for up to 40 years, and as soon as you disturb the soil, they're gonna come up. This is one of the reasons that it became called a weed and is not really liked by agriculture, because it comes up on its own in places where we didn't plant it. It's literally volunteering to save the world, and nobody wants it.
The botanical name for lambsquarter is Chenopodium album, and it is one of the most nutritious vegetables on the entire planet. Gram for gram, this wild spinach that has now been deemed a weed puts store-bought spinach to shame. This nutritional heavyweight is packed with vitamin A and vitamin C. One serving of lambsquarter actually has about 11,000 IU of vitamin A, which is 230% your daily value. Vitamin A is necessary for good vision, immune function, and skin health. One serving contains 80 milligrams of vitamin C, which is approximately 130% of your daily value. This is important for building collagen and for antioxidants, which protect against oxidative stress. It's got high levels of vitamin K and is also rich in riboflavin, which is vitamin B2. But where it really shines is in its mineral content, having 309 milligrams of calcium, 1.1 milligram of manganese, 34 milligrams of magnesium, 452 milligrams of potassium, and 1.2 milligrams of iron per serving. Its mineral content also makes it of value as a homemade fertilizer. Its deep taproots pull nutrients from deep in the soil where most garden vegetables can't reach and bring it up to the surface where you can either eat it or use it to make a compost tea. For a leafy green, it has a surprisingly high protein to calorie ratio and is one of the few land plants that offers a decent supply of omega-3 fatty acids. This wild edible is not a modern find, but rather has been a global staple since the beginning of time. Archaeologists have found its seeds in the stomachs of Iron Age bodies that were preserved in bogs and in Roman settlements. Lambsquarter is a close cousin of quinoa, but unlike quinoa, which is only useful for the seeds, lambsquarter is useful for both the seeds and the leaves. It is still eaten to this day in most parts of the world. However, the fact that it goes by different names in different places makes it a little less known and far less cultivated. Lambsquarter is the ultimate survival food. During the Great Depression and various European famines, lambsquarters earned a reputation as a powerful poverty food. When crops failed and the economy collapsed, this plant kept people alive because it grows aggressively in poor soil and disturbed ground. Unfortunately, as the 20th century progressed, progress traded this free wild superfood for the convenience of grocery store iceberg lettuce. We started calling it a weed simply because it grew in places that we didn't plant it. It is closely related to spinach, however, its taste is much richer and a little earthier, but still very pleasant. You can saute it, toss it into smoothies, throw it into soups and stews, or stir fry it, eat it raw in salads, or use the seeds of it as a grain. The fact that it is such a nutritional powerhouse and grows on its own without even being planted, with no care, no tending, no weeding, no fertilizer, and will even grow in soil that is very depleted, makes this a great livestock supplement. So whether you're looking something to make your family more healthy, your animals more healthy, or your soil more healthy, this is the plant to grow. And the best part about it is that once you plant it once, you never have to plant it again. It will reseed itself and it will spread, which is one of the reasons it's considered a weed in this modern day of monocropping. Whenever a farmer is growing a full field of corn or of wheat or of one thing, the last thing they want is volunteer wild spinach coming up in their crop. But for the home gardener, it's perfect. This plant that comes up on its own can be harvested and eaten for an amazing nutritional boost, or thrown to your livestock, or composted, or made into a weed tea fertilizer for the rest of your plants and garden. It's the plant that wants so bad to help with everything that you need that people became annoyed with it and called it a weed.
There you go. Isn't that interesting? How amazing is this little volunteer plant that is probably already growing in your garden or in your yard? This thing has been a survival food staple since the beginning of time. This thing saved a lot of people from famines, from the Great Depression, from famines all over the world. It is reported that people really thrived on this. A lot of old great-grandmothers that are still alive that went through the Depression can tell you all about how much they ate lamb's quarter and how much it really helped them. So this is a great nutritional boost to your diet. This is something that you need to know about and how to find it. So I hope that you have found this video helpful. Make sure to watch all of our other videos that we have, a whole playlist of foraging and natural medicinal herbs that you can find growing around your yard. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe, and do all of those things that help us to notify you when we put out more content like this on how to live healthy, how to live simple, how to save money. There is much more coming. Thanks for watching, and as always, see you next time.